of WGN Sports.
We're in St. Petersburg, Florida for Cubs baseball tonight here on WGN Sports inside Tropicana Field. The Cubs will go for the two-game series sweep and their 8th consecutive victory. Welcome to Cubs baseball. Jim DeShays, Len Casper with you. Dozen games to go. A 3.5-game lead in the division and a really nice win last night.
Yeah, Cubs did not do a lot of hitting. They did not need to do a lot of hitting because the pitching was so good. Chris Archer went for the Rays. He's a tough one. It was a really well-pitched game. Kyle Schwarber got the scoring started with a monster home run. Just a great at-bat. He worked a deep count, 3-2, laid off a tough slider, got a fastball out over the plate. Absolutely demolished that baseball.
And this game really did come down to the pitching, and the Cubs got just enough offense as Javier Baez knocking in his 71st run of the season. Played third base, by the way, but really it was Mike Montgomery's night.
This was as good as I've seen Mike Montgomery. The command of all of his pitches was spot on. He had good sink on the fastball. Turned it over to the bullpen. Strope and Edwards were good. Wade Davis, brilliant, picking up his 32nd save, punching out the side in a no-drama bottom half of the ninth.
So a combined one hitter to get the winning streak to 7. Cubs hitting .323 during this stretch, and again getting excellent pitching too.
Yeah, especially of late. The bullpen outstanding in the Cardinals series. The starting pitching in the last couple of days has been really good, and they've had to be good because the Brewers continue to press. The Brewers have won 9 of their last 11.
This will be the Cubs' final regular season game against the American League, but will it be their final game in 2017 against the AL? We'll talk about tonight's starters when we come back. Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, America's other national pastime. This Bud's for you. Honda, great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer. State Farm, here to help protect the things you've worked really hard for with home and auto insurance. Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Wendy's, choose a junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT in the 4 for $4 at participating locations for a limited time. First Midwest Bank, connect with a momentum maker today. Your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. And by Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Kind of an unfamiliar place for the Cubs pulling into the parking lot here at the Trop. Only their 5th game all-time here. Although John Lester's pitched here quite a bit. This will be his 30th career start against the Rays.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of the Rays. This will be his first start here since 2014. So we got a good matchup here. A couple left-handers, the savvy veteran John Lester. Last time out against the Mets, picked up the win, went 6 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. And for the Rays, it's a very talented young left-hander by the name of Blake Snell. He's got a big arm, mid-90s fastball, nasty slider. We saw him back on July 5th at Wrigley, went 5 innings, did not allow any earned runs in that ball game. He's got a 273 earned run average over his last 5 starts.
So the return of Joe Madden and the Cubs in town. The Rays had their 2nd largest attendance of the season last night. Should be another nice crowd tonight. Cubs and Rays wrap up the series next. Cubs baseball in sparkling high definition is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Tonight's Cubs Southwest Airlines starting lineup. Former Ray Ben Zobrist is in right. Chris Bryant back in there, did not play last night. Anthony Rizzo's the first baseman. Wilson Contreras catches and hits cleanup. Albert Almora Jr. has been in his best stretch of the year. Javier Baez plays second tonight, bats 6th, ahead of Addison Russell, the shortstop. Ian Happ is in left, and the DH will hit 9th. That's John Jay.
The Rays defensively, Peter Borges, he has good speed. He's in left tonight. Kevin Kiermaier made a spectacular play last night. He makes a habit out of that. He's in center. Steven Souza's got a big arm. He's in right. Longoria, Echeverria, very solid on the left side of the infield. Miller and Morrison second, first. Wilson Ramos is behind the plate. And young left-hander Blake Snell will pitch for the Rays. Hey, he's number 4. You don't see that every day. 21 starts, 3-6 with a 4.25. Those numbers really don't jump out at you, but as I mentioned in our open, lately much better. 2-0 with a 2.73 over his last 5. cut his walk rate in half in the second half of the season. He's 3-1 with a 375 in 11 post All-Star starts.
Manny Gonzalez, the first major league umpire ever from Venezuela, will work home plate. Field and Culbreth, the crew chief, C.B. Buckner, and Mark Carlson are on the bases. So here we go. It's Snell to Zobrist, and a fastball at 96. This is the outside corner. Cubs a 2-1 winner last night. The Rays had one hit. That was Brad Miller's home run. Ball hit on the ground to the shortstop. Echeverria off balance fire to first, and he got him.
You see the fastball from Snell. It's a good one. He'll top out 97, 98, sit right around 94. But it's not a one-trick pony. He's got a good changeup. He's been using that a lot more lately. Swinging this slider. And the curveball is a good ground ball pitch for him. So 4-pitch mix. This is a battle of Washington Staters with Snell versus Lester. Snell's from the Seattle area.
Bryant did not play last night. Only the 9th game in which he has not participated this season. This is his 142nd game. Anthony Rizzo leads the team with 148, including tonight. Ground ball, fair. Like a handcuff Longoria, and the one-hop throw is just in time to get Bryant.
Longoria's won a couple Gold Gloves. That was a tricky hop, got deep on him, but he fought it off essentially. I think he got caught in between whether to play that ball on the backhand side or not. He fought to get in front of it and was able to rock back on that back leg and get enough on the throw.
I asked Javier Baez about the turf here. It says it's fast. And when you're used to playing on natural grass, I suppose any artificial turf will feel fast. But I said at least at third base last night it got on me pretty quickly. Ball one on Rizzo.
Important when you come here to make sure you get out early and take a lot of ground balls so you get a sense of the pace.
Game time conditions are brought to you by Fox Ford. Fox Ford, your downtown Chicago dealer. Check us out at foxfordchicago.com. 72 inside, 85 outside.
Come on, folks, let's go. You can't see the whole game if you don't see the first pitch. They're all going to get fined in kangaroo court.
2-1 on Anthony, who had an uncharacteristically quiet night last night. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, not necessarily the guy you want to face as a left-handed batter after a night like that. Lefty's hitting just a $190 off Snell. He has not given up a home run to a left-handed batter this year.
Another ball on the ground, this time Miller to Morrison. John Lester will take the mound when we come back. 3. They were 1 hit, and the 1 hit was a home run. Kiermaier, Souza, and Longoria at the top. Morrison, Ramos, Echeverria in the middle. Cuello, the DH. Miller, the guy who hit the homer. And Peter Borges will round it out.
What's up with the Cubs defensively this evening? Well, Ian Happ is going to play left field. Albert Almora Jr. is in there. He's in center. Ben Zobrist, the former Ray, plays right. Bryant back in there. Russell and Baez up the middle. That's formidable. Anthony Rizzo is the first sacker. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And our Blue Cross Blue Shield starting pitcher for the Cubs tonight is the big lefty John Lester. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. The card to carry through it all. 11-7 with a .430 as he toes the slab for the 30th time.
Yeah, 30th time he's faced the Rays. 30th time he has pitched this season. So it should be a big night for the Cubs offense. They've scored 39 times in his last 3 starts.
Yeah, and 49 in his last 4.
Swing and a miss by Kiermaier. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Rays center fielder.
Rays struggled last night. They've struggled all year against left-handed pitching, hitting just .235.
That one skidded to the second baseman Baez. Steven Souza Jr.
In this ballpark, John is 5-2. He's made 10 starts here, has a .414 ERA. Last pitched here summer of 2014. Ben Zobrist, playing for the Rays that day, went 4 for 4. Didn't get them all off John. Thought that was kind of fun. A fun factoid.
Yeah. Good work.
I'm done. Good for the night.
Souza 0 for his last 23. Always concerns you a little bit. It's going to end at some point.
Yeah, and he just showed bunt there, so it's a guy who's on the cusp of hitting 30 home runs, thinking about bunting. That's usually a sign of a guy that's in a little bit of a funk. Does move well though. He can run. He's a gifted athlete. Power. Talk about his big arm out there in right field.
3 balls, no strikes on him.
Command's been a little spotty for Johnson's coming off the disabled list. Walking more than he normally does.
Last night, the Cubs' first combined 1 hitter since September 12th of last year in St. Louis. Seven-game winning streak. Season high 18 over 500. National League best 41-21 since the All-Star break. 3-2 is hammered deep left center. There's number 30. So Souza snaps the 0 for 23 with a home run. You can see him shaking his head. Weight of the world off his shoulders, and it's 1-0 Rays.
25th home run allowed by John this year. He's had some first inning issues. This is just a case of being behind in the count. It looked like they're trying to get that ball in on Sousa. You see where Contreras is set up. It was more middle than in, and then it was out.
And the Rays live and die by the home run. 48.6% of their runs come via the homer. That's the 3rd highest percentage in the major leagues. That will drop as Baez just couldn't reach it. Longoria with a bloop single, so the Rays have surpassed their hit total from last night, the first 3 batters.
long home run, and then a little blooper, a little off the fist, off the thumbs, pushed out into shallow right center. Longoria's seen a whole lot of John Lester over the years. That's the 60 at bats against him.
Logan Morrison. Bounces to Rizzo. Russell. Lester on the bag. Call made over there by Field and Culbreth. The Rays want to make sure his foot got the base. John seems to be pretty sure it did. 1-0 Rays. With Joe Madden, log on to WGNTV.com right now. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner and connect to all the up-to-the-minute stats and info while watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Everything you need to have more fun at home this summer. We send our condolences to the family of Jerry Foran, longtime Cub controller and ticket manager, who recently passed, and also want to send out a big happy birthday wish to Carol Haddon. That's a good one, Carol. Blake Snell working with a 1-0 lead. And the Cubs offense grounded in the first. 6-3, 5-3, 4-3. Pitch in the dirt. 2-0 on Wilson Contreras.
The start against the Cubs back in July, he went 5 scoreless innings. Really had to battle though through 97 pitches in 5 innings. Walked 4, struck out 5. Fairly typical from a young guy who's, you know, raw. But as I mentioned, the second half of the season, he's tightened things up quite a bit. Much more efficient. He's been pitching deeper into games.
The third stint with the big league team this year. He was their number 4 starter to begin the season, but was optioned after his 8th start. And going deep has been an issue. 20 starts, 5 innings or fewer in more than half. Single-digit number for a pitcher always looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ball 4.
CJ. Cub fans, don't miss the exciting finish to the regular season. The Cubs push toward October baseball. The final homestand begins Friday, September 29th. Tickets at every level are available for all 3 games. Visit Cubs.com to reserve your seats. Who knows? Might see a little history.
Robert Almora Jr. red hot here lately. Right step of the pitch, a bunt. Snell will get the out at first. With a small ball here in the second.
Almore's a good bunter. I'm sure he was thinking base hit. Tough to do on the turf. Trying to nudge this one down towards third base. Wasn't able to get it there. Snell able to make a play on him, but because of Contreras' speed, he opted to go to first base. Would have been awfully close at second. Probably the smart play to get an out this early in the ball game.
Nice hand from the Cub fans here for Javier Baez. Playing second base, batting 6th. Out, up and in on him. And to check in on our Lexus Run Predictor. Brought to you by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. Tying runners at second base with 1 out. Here it comes. Late swing.
Funny, I was just going to say these are fun matchups when it's the 2 young, high-ceiling players, the hitter and the pitcher. But you can say that about just about everybody in the Cubs lineup against Snell here tonight.
Comes a 1-1. Javi have to speed it up here to hit this fastball. 1-2. And he can turn around velocity. Will he get a fastball here now that it's 1-2? We'll see. Long look at Contreras. It was a breaking ball. Slider bounced foul. I mentioned Snell from the state of Washington. He had committed to the University of Washington before he signed his first contract with the Rays. He is a shoe collector in his spare time.
Really?
Swing and a miss. Baez way out of the zone. That is his first strikeout. And we'll leave things up to Addison Russell.
So by a shoe collector, like all different kinds of athletic shoes, or just
a couple hundred pairs. I guess since the 7th grade, he's been building a collection. I have not seen it. Don't know if
pictures of it out there.
Athletically centered or just
historical in nature, or
there's one way to go.
Maybe he spent big bucks for Buffalo Bills cowboy boots or something.
Russell swings and misses on, I believe, a changeup.
Yeah, it was a changeup.
Updating the Lexus Run Predictor. There are 2 outs. Miller plays almost behind the bag at second. And it's low. Third consecutive start for Addison since he came off the DL. 1-1 pitch is fouled off to the right and out of play.
Yeah, I asked him earlier today how his foot was doing. He said it feels fine. Just happy to be back out there and getting into the flow of the game.
One and two on him. Here's a pitch. 2-2. We'll keep an eye on the Brewers and the Pirates. Brewers with a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the second. As they go for the series sweep, the Pirates have not scored in that series. They're shut out in back-to-back games. Domingo Santana's home run last night was the only run. Called strike 3. We got him on the hook, and the Cubs strand a man at second. Got the Cubs blog at WGNTV.com, presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. Whenever we hear fish, we know Wilson Ramos is at the plate.
A couple of catching Wilsons here.
Ball bounced foul. 1-0 Rays on the Souza first inning homer. The Rockies lost earlier in San Francisco. So that's opening the door for the Brewers. They still think they can win the division. They're only a half a game out of the second wild card spot. It'll be a fun weekend, huh? 4 games, Cubs, Brewers.
Brewers are 9-2 in their last 11 ball games. They've only picked up a half a game in the standings. They're 8-2 in the last 10, and during that stretch, they've actually lost a half a game in the standings to the Cubs.
Jake Arrieta will start the opener tomorrow night. And we'll have Friday night's game at 6:30 right here on WGN Sports. So they have moved the game time up about a half hour.
Starting for the Brewers tonight, Aaron Wilkerson, his first major league start. And one big league inning under his belt prior to tonight.
Line the other way into right for a base hit. Almost starts the Rays second with a single.
And the Pretty
He
impressive.
was working like at a grocery store or something.
He was?
Yeah, it's one of those crazy guy comes out of nowhere stories.
Yeah, he was pitching at AA all summer. A nice year down there. Wasn't that the Kurt Warner story? The Hall of Fame quarterback working at a grocery store?
That sounds right.
At some point, yeah. Now he's a Hall of Famer.
1-0 on the shortstop Echeverria.
Echeverria in a favorable count. Not really patient guy. Doesn't walk a whole bunch.
That's a strike. 2-1. Seven homers. That was a career high. 6 have been with the Rays. And the pitch. 3-1.
Yeah, that right there, that pitch has been eluding John. Again, over the last 3 or 4 starts, since he came back from the disabled list, when he's on his game, man, he can command that outside corner to the right-handed hitters. Lately, it's just been a little wobbly. Looking for it, but can't find it.
Russell, Baez, that's all they'll get.
Register for the chance to purchase 2017 postseason tickets for potential games to be played at Wrigley Field. Go to Cubs.com/postseason to register and learn more about this postseason ticket purchase opportunity. The registration period for the NLCS ends at noon Thursday, October 5th.
And the DH Cesar Quayle. Three hits, a career high on Sunday against the Red Sox. One game with the Angels earlier this year to make his major league debut. 11 games with the Rays. 26 years old. He's bounced around since signing with the Mets back in '07.
Just a kid when he signed. A lot of professional baseball under his belt, but not much at this level.
0-2 on him.
Hit for average throughout his minor league career with some decent power numbers.
The Aaron Wilkerson story. Has pitched an independent ball. He's overcome Tommy John surgery. Runner goes. The throw to second. Safe. Ball got out of the glove of Baez. Echeverria with his 3rd steal.
Got a pretty nice jump here, and Contreras is throw a little bit on the shortstop side. This combination of Lester Contreras has been really good at shutting down the running game. Lester's quickness, Contreras' arm strength and accuracy usually good enough to get it done, but that time the throw a little bit offline.
1-2 is in the dirt. So just to finish the story, Wilkerson had a really nice college career at Cumberland. Then had Tommy John surgery, went undrafted, left the game for a couple of years and was stocking frozen food shelves. Well, here he is pitching.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Huge game in a pennant race.
So
if the circumstances were different, I would be rooting for him.
Low and in. And the count now full 3-2.
See, Stock those shelves. You could do a lot of good rotator cuff strengthening. Lifting up high, putting those big cans of baked beans up there. It's the key to having a 95-mile-an-hour heater.
And a walk. To start. Mazda replay cam. Brad Miller with a no-hit bid. Mike Montgomery was not going to pitch a complete game no matter what, but that ended up being the Rays' only hit the entire night. So 20 years of Rays baseball, the first time they had ever been one hit, with that one being a homer.
Not only did they only have one hit, but they only had 3 base runners all night. A hit by pitch to start the game, and then an error.
Rizzo can't get it. That ball scooted on him, and Echeverria will score. It's 2-0. Brad Miller with his second RBI of the series.
Well, it's going to be just a little here, a little there. It can be all the difference in a ball game. Echeverria safely into second base with the stolen base. Now this ground ball eludes Rizzo. And the Rays play one more. Certainly see Borges dropping down a bunt here.
Got great wheels. And takes high.
We call a pretty good bunter. You got first and third, one out. This is that situation, Joe, and other managers really love the safety squeeze. Charlie Montoya, the third base coach, in Coelho's ear down there.
We're just playing left field tonight for Corey Dickerson. Outside for a ball. 2-0. So John continuing to get behind hitters. Swing and a miss on the change. Well, the 2 bouncer right to his shortstop. Get out of this inning. There's a bunt. And Rizzo has no place to throw it. A bunt single and an RBI for Borges. Well, he deadened that ball right in front of home plate, and there was really no play to be made.
No, you can't do it any better than that. Anthony came aggressively. I was sprinting to try to get to first base in time, but even if he was standing right there, they're not going to make a play on Borges.
The acting pitching coach in this series is Lester Strode. Spazio recovering from a foot injury. He hopes to be back with the club tomorrow night in Milwaukee. So 3-0 Rays. 2 runs in here in the second, and back to the top, and Kiermaier.
Damage control. He's got a battle, got to compete right here.
Low for ball 1. Kiermaier, such a good center fielder.
Here we go.
He robbed Addison Russell in the 7th. last night. Swing and a miss. There may be guys out there who are as good as he is, but I can't imagine there's anyone better currently.
Afraid of that wall.
Swing and the miss. A Giga-Time high-speed replay powered by Xfinity. This was the first inning. They got thrown out trying to steal third, and it's one of those deals, as you said, it's a good play if you're safe. If you're not, it's a horrible play.
Yeah.
You have to be safe.
Yeah, there's 2 outs in the inning. There's a left-handed hitter up.
Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Two and two on him. Good leg kick in the pitch and fouled off to the left out of play.
Last night against Montgomery, the Rays had 5 left-handed bats in the lineup. Duda and Dickerson are not in there tonight against Leicester. Probably be shopping for a right-handed bat or 2 this offseason. There's Mike Montgomery. It's a happy day for him. He's in that. Yeah, that was awesome last night mode. He's kicking back.
Three and two.
Pitchers, the psychology of it is interesting because every 5 days or thereabouts, depending on what's going on with the club, it's high anxiety, man. You're the man of the match. It's all on your shoulders to go out and perform, and then the other 4 days, you're over there in that dugout knowing there's no way you're going to be in the ball game. You're just a fan.
Sharply hit into center. Miller will score. Ball gets away. Contreras doesn't know where it is, but Lester was backing up the play, fortunately, as he should. Keep the other runners where they are. It's 4-0.
Kiermaier gets the foot down early and smacks this one right back through the middle of the diamond. A chance for Russell to make a play on it. Almora gets to in pretty good shape. Is well up the line. Early game ball has been a part of the story this year for John.
You really don't want to let this one get away early. Already 4-0. Souza hit his 30th homer in the first inning. Fouls back on a fastball at 92.
This is John's 4th start since coming off the DL. Start that sent him to the DL against the Reds. Inning in 2/3, allowed 9 runs, 7 earned. Won his last 3. Quality starts the last 2.
That cannot happen now tonight. Already given up 4. He's just trying to get out of the second inning. Paul Goldschmidt look at the bat toward the middle, backhanded by Baez. 1, 2. What a play! Second baseman, shortstop, playing all the positions.
Did he really do that? That was incredible.
4-0 Rays after 2 innings.
Dog. Why? 'Cause I need a friend now. I'm gonna buy me a dog. My girl no longer know how. Don't ruin my song. It's the only song I have. Where's the verse? She used to bring me my newspaper.
Send us your Cubs pet selfies. Hashtag Bud Fridays. Or fan cam a little later. And again, we're giving you a few extra just because of the overwhelming response. People love their pets and their pets love the Cubs.
There's a recent study that proved that. Dogs and cats, they rate the Cubs #1.
Well, some work to do, trailing 4-0, and we will get another look at that double play. Turned by Javier Baez. Wasn't sure if he was going to get an out. He got 2. As Happ strikes out.
Yeah, this kid is going to be a challenge here tonight. If they don't get him off his game, put a little pressure on him, he's really going to settle in. Yeah, just as we went to break, I said, did he really do that? Because as I watched the play develop, I thought he wasn't going to be able to get the out at second base. He was just going to have to go to first. But this is just amazing. A little reverse pivot, steps on the bag, and fires a heater over there to first. This kid, he's El Mago is what he is.
He's got PR on his cap. As another hurricane in the Caribbean, and I saw an entire power outage.
Yeah, the entire island.
Yep. Puerto Rico. Rene Rivera is following the storm on his phone, but just hope everybody's all right. The 0-2 to the DH, John Jay, is hit in the air, foul to left.
In terms of upside, and Archer's been in the league a while, but he's got elite stuff, and this kid definitely has top of the rotation ability. The question is, will he put it all together? 24 years of age. Supplemental pick after the first round, coming out of high school, number 52 overall.
Pirates have put up 3 in the third and lead the Brewers 3-2. Frazier with a 2-run triple. Marte go-ahead RBI single. There's Chris Archer. And took the loss last night. And I noticed when we got to the ballpark today, Archer had a stationary bike set up outside in the parking lot. He wanted to get some rays. Well, he worked out. For the blooper. Echeverria kind of blindly waved. See if he could make an acrobatic catch. He could not. The Cubs have their first hit.
And off the end of the bat, but it gets the job done for John Jay. Swings in there well against lefties, even a tough one like Snell.
Former Ray Ben Zobrist playing right field tonight. His second most frequently played position in the big leagues. In order of games played in his career, you want to take a guess? Most to fewest?
Second.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. This is where it gets tricky.
Left short or short left?
Short left. Center, DH, first, third. Started out as a shortstop, but playing for Joe Madden, became that super utility guy, and has really flourished.
That was in the 4 opening day lineups with the Rays in his time here. 1 at short, 1 at second, a couple in right field.
It got to the point where he was kind of the poster child for that position, right? You would say this guy is the Yankees version of Ben Zobrist.
Yeah, he's the Swiss Army knife.
3-1.
And I think so much so now that organizations are grooming players in the minor leagues with that in mind. They're seeing the success he's had. The idea of having players that can play multiple positions. You know, Tony La Russa with the Cardinals, he even moved his guys around a lot. Joe obviously has had a lot of success doing it. And players too, when they pay attention to what's going on up here at the big league level, like minor league players can say, you know what, I could get to the big leaguers a lot quicker if I could play this position or even a couple other positions.
Well, in the Cubs case, don't even mention to Joe that you've played a position, because he'll put you there.
Even if he visualizes you there, if he says, I can see you out there.
Oh, I could play short. Well, go ahead. I still marvel at what he did with Chris Bryant. And Bryant got to the big leagues 2 years ago. He played him in the outfield a lot early, and no manager does that, especially with a blue chip prospect like Bryant. They just said, let's leave him right where he is, stay comfortable. Joe said, no. I think he'll be more comfortable moving around, and it'll take some of the pressure off mentally of his offense if he's thinking about his defense. And I had never really heard that before.
Yeah, that's contrary to what most people believe.
Let's see if Jay will be on the move here. He is not. Zobrist hits a ground ball, backhanded Echeverria, and they're going to turn it. Slick infield work by the Rays, and the Cubs done in the 3rd. It's time for the Subway 3rd inning triple play promotion. Text Subway to 97999. Right now, the 300th texter wins a $30 gift card to a Subway restaurant in the Chicagoland area. Subway, so much sandwich. Rays got a run in the first, 3 in the second. And Evan Longoria takes ball 1. He hit for the cycle earlier this season. August 1st in Houston. He doubled with 2 outs in the 9th to complete it. And initially was called out. They reviewed via replay and he was called safe and the cycle was completed.
He's their all-time home run leader, all-time RBI leader. This has been here a long, long time. He was a Rookie of the Year in 2008. Made the All-Star team each of his first 3 years in the league and has not made one since. Miguel Cabrera was still playing some third base back in the day, and along comes Machado. Beltre, of course. It's a very deep position.
Right, so I think we might have done this when the Rays were in Chicago. I don't remember. We did the Mr. Cub, Mr. Yankee, whatever. Mr. Ray would have to be Longoria, right? They've been in existence for 20 years, and he's been a Ray for 10 of those. He lines and a catch made by Happ as he had to leave his feet. A lunging grab by Ian Happ.
I would say these Rays fans really are great baseball fans and they're applauding Happ's effort, but it's mostly Cub fans. But a brilliant play by Ian Happ out there in left field. Looked like it might be a 2-base hit, and Ian Happ comes to the rescue. Yes, sir.
So 1 away now. Morrison. We hit into a 3-6-1 double play. The Rays hit into 2 inning-ending double plays, even though they had 4 runs. Kevin Cash, the youngest active big league manager. He's 39. He's 5 months younger than Andy Green, who manages the San Diego Padres. Into center and a base hit. Morrison is on. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Under the dome here at the Trop in St. Pete, Cubs and Rays wrapping up the Cubs interleague schedule. They have gone 12-7 versus the American League. After a pretty bad start, they have dominated.
Feels kind of weird to be playing an American League club this time of the season.
Yeah. Cubs have won 11 of their last 12 against the AL, including a club record tying 7 straight. And that is on the line this evening. Next year it'll be all American League Central, including 6 against the White Sox. Ramos pops it up on the right side of the infield. And Baez makes the grab. 2 outs. Wilkerson for Milwaukee only went 2 1/3 tonight, so it's going to be a long bullpen night for the Brewers. It is September, but it can't hurt the Cubs going into the 4-game series, which starts tomorrow. First scoreless frame for Lester. Cubs trail 4-0 after 3. Brought to you by Wendy's. Choose a junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT and the 4 for $4 at participating Wendy's for a limited time. Four-zip Rays. Cubs won 2-1 last night. One hit for the visitors. That was a John Jay single in the third. Quickly erased on the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. And Chris Bryant swings and misses.
'89-mile-an-hour changeup from Snell, and boy, he really sells it.
Four-seamer is outside. Well, I guess nothing's really outside when you're pitching at the Trop. Outside the zone. One and two. He's 24 years old.
He's not a rookie. Lost his rookie status after going 6-8 with a 3.54 ERA last year for the Rays. Pre-2016, he was on everybody's top prospect list, top 20 in the game, considered by most evaluators.
Say only 24. Chris Bryant is only 25. And he won an MVP when he was 24. Kiermaier makes a catch. Screened a little bit as Souza came streaking past him.
Souza thought that Kiermaier was going to cut in front, so he changed his route, ducked in front of him.
Swing and a miss by Rizzo. Give him a little room out there in the alley in right center. Anthony turned 28 in August. .850th game as a Cub. Liner is caught by Borges.
This postseason, get ready for excitement, drama, and thrilling plays. The 2017 Major League Baseball postseason begins October 3rd. Go to MLB.com/postseason for a full schedule.
Two outs. Contreras, who walked in the second. That's something he's done a ton of since he came back. He has now reached base in 12 of his 20 plate appearances since returning from the DL, and that includes 7 free passes.
Yeah, it's really been remarkable because you would think a guy who had been out of action for that long would, one, be anxious and maybe chase some bad balls, or two, just not be up to speed in terms of competing against live pitching and not read the ball all that well. And perhaps that's part of it too. Maybe he's told himself, let's be patient, make sure we see some pitches, and the byproduct of that has been the walks.
He waits on a 2-1. Now 2-2. Snell's pitch. What do you think, Fielding? No. Did not swing. 3-2.
Well, with 96-mile-an-hour fastball and a 4-run lead, you would think heater here. Oh, changeup. Just missed if it did. Well, there you go. There's Contreras working yet another walk. Yeah, changeup was low. Almost tried to steal it for him.
Mora with a sac bunt in the second. They're trying to do some damage this time.
He's been really good against lefties.
A hop Echeverria Fields. The throw to Miller in time to get a sliding Contreras, and the Cubs side retired in the fourth. They lead 1. Winning combination, 30 starts plus, 5 straight years for Jose Quintana. Most of that done with the White Sox. John Lester since 2008 when he was with Boston. State Farm here to help life go right. First pitch swinging. Whale rounds Tobias.
That's the spot right there. Good down and away fastball to get that one pitch out.
By the way, the song we played for our fan cam tease was a Monkees tune for their debut record, Gonna Buy Me a Dog. Seemed to be a popular song among our viewers.
Yeah, I like that tune. I never heard it before.
You'd never heard that
No.
song? Oh, it's great. Mickey Dolenz trying to get through it while Davy Jones makes fun of him.
It didn't sound like the Monkees. Maybe I wasn't bearing down.
Two and one to count on Miller. RBI single and a run in the second. Here's a pitch by Lester. It's a little low. Happy birthday, Steve LeMay. His birthday's actually November, but he made a good point. Hard to wish him a happy birthday. And we're not on in November. Baez makes the call.
Oh, I just thought of a good off-season money-making opportunity.
Yeah?
Len Casper will wish you a happy birthday. Small donation. You can spend all off-season making recorded phone calls. Hey, this is Len. Wishing you a happy birthday.
Borges with a perfect bunt single to drive in a run. And the Rays scored 3 in that second. He took a look over his shoulder to see where Bryant was.
Just actually signed this winter with the White Sox. Went to camp with them. And towards the end of spring training was dealt over here to the Rays. Spent some time on the DL with a case of tennis elbow.
Swing and a miss on the curveball. His dad, Chris, was an outfielder, 13 games with the Giants in 1980. And his dad from Chicago. In fact, that's where Peter was born. But, he grew up in Scottsdale, Arizona. Russell has to play this aggressively. He does, and gets Borges. And John Lester works his first 1, 2, 3 inning. 4-0.
Why? 'Cause I need a friend now.
Home field facts. Ryan Kelly, the homeloanexpert.com. The Cubs a winner last night. First time in 4 tries here at the Trop. So the only current ballpark in which they don't have a win is the new Yankee Stadium. Maybe toward the end of next month they can do that.
What do you think?
I don't know if the Yankees will get there, but they might.
They thumped the Twins this afternoon.
Aaron Judge homered again.
Yeah. Judge, Sanchez, Didi Gregorius. It was glorious.
To be Gregorius. Were you telling me he's got the new Yankee shortstop?
He has a single season home run record by a Yankee shortstop. How about that?
26?
Something like that. 25, 26, somewhere in that general area. Derek Jeter had it before Didi came along.
Well, he had 24 going into the game today.
25's the record. Yankee fans will forget all about Derek Jeter.
Cardinals lead at Cincinnati 5-0. They're in the 5th inning. Dexter Fowler, the hero last night, tied the game with a homer, won the game in extras.
Where are they vis-a-vis the Rockies?
Got some work to do.
3.5 coming into play today. Yeah, I asked and answered my own question.
Three and 2 on Javi Baez, who struck out in the second. Snell winds and throws, and that's foul. We'll do it again. Rays out hitting the Cubs 7-1. The Cubs have won 2 of 3 in the season series. Baez takes the walk. And we got all these numbers at our disposal. And then the game starts. Since August 1st, the Cubs averaging 6.09 runs per game. That leads the majors. The Rays are last, 3.3. That's a good note going into the game, right? And then you look up and it's 4-0 Tampa Bay. So the numbers are accurate.
There's macro, there's trends, and then there's the ball game.
So the leadoff man has reached for the second time, and Russell grounds into right. Best chance so far.
He can get on top of that high fastball. Yeah, and you know Snell threw Contreras a 3-2 changeup with 2 outs and nobody on in the 4th, and walked him. He threw a changeup to Baez on 3-2 and walked him too. I'm surprised they're not being a little bit more aggressive with this 4-run lead, and Cubs have a chance to make him pay for it now as Baez takes the walk and Russell delivers the outfield single.
Is that the Cubs rally cat?
I believe that's Ernie. Yeah,
that's Ernie.
That's Ernie the rally cat. Named after Ernest Hemingway.
Ian Happ, 2 on, nobody out. And a strike on the outer edge.
That was a cat in a hat.
One and one the count. $25,000 plus last night. The largest crowd since opening day. Well, looks like we're pretty close to that again tonight. And for the return of Joe Madden and all these Cub fans here.
Yeah, Rays are last in home attendance.
Always had a tough time drawing here.
Averaging 15,484 per home date. I was looking at the game by game. They've had at least 10 different occasions this year when they've drawn less than 10,000. I saw at least one in the 6,000 some odd for a game here against the Twins. Well, here we go. It's to be a big difference maker right here for Ian Happ. 2 on, nobody out, 3-1 count.
And the pitch. They'll try to turn it. And they will. 6-4-3.
Got his heater on 3-1, and that's, you know, people, and I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes we underplay velocity. We talk so much about movement and location and how velocity can be overrated. And I think sometimes to the point that we underrate velocity. A good heater, a good competitive heater, and a fastball count can get the job done when you throw as well as Snell does.
So Jay with Baez now at third, the first Cub to get that far. Now, to underscore your point about attendance, the only year the Rays have drawn 2 million was their first year of existence, 98, 2.5. That's when it was a brand new franchise.
Yeah, they had a honeymoon. And we're all geeked up. 2008, the year they won the pennant, they drew 1.8.
Fred McGriff, Dave Martinez, Wade Boggs. They were all on that team. Jerome Walton. They're all original Rays.
Which is a fine pizza place in New York, too.
It is, yeah.
Well, John Jay's got a chance to be a hero here.
Yeah,
just to get one here in this inning after what, you know, looked like a promising inning. His bullpen's been awfully good of late as well, so they're tough to beat late.
Good take. Everything all right over there?
An Amber Alert going off on my phone. I thought for a minute that it might be a hurricane. I was like, oh no.
Going to hold up. Gorgeous. Really had to move. Promising start. Cubs don't score again in the fifth. brought to you by First Midwest Bank. First Midwest Bank connects with a momentum maker today. Yeah, 2-6 against the American League before the break, but 10-1 here in the second half. They've been beating up on just about everybody.
Yeah, well, they got it started in Baltimore after the break and took advantage of Baltimore pitching staff. A bunch of runs on the board.
Cutter for a strike on Kiermaier. It's called the Kiermaier cutter. I just named it that. Swing and a miss. Tried to curve him, and that one missed badly. 2-2.
John gets a lot of chases on his curveball down below the knees. And too far off the plate to get Kiermaier to bite.
Almora tracking, and he's got it. Let's take a look at the Ford Drive of the game. Ford inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. This snap an 0 for 23 for Steven Souza Jr.
Tell the way he ran at first base, he wasn't sure whether that was going to get out or not. Number 30 for him. He joins Morrison in the 30 home run club. Slid the hand up there to bunt, as he did in that first at bat. He's contemplating bunt, or at least showed bunt before ultimately hitting the home run.
Two and one. Lester home, and that was bunted into the mitt. It's a foul tip. 2-2 to count. Longoria waits on deck.
A couple good changeups earlier in the sequence. I think he's going to go back to it here. Wise to it.
Longoria with a single in the first, robbed of a hit. Ian Happ in the third. Pickoff throw, and that's Souza just taking off for second. So John threw over for what, the second time all year.
Yeah, huge one-way lead from Souza, and that was probably what was behind the showing bunt too, forcing John to make a throw. He had success. Picked off Tommy Pham of the Cardinals, and since then we haven't seen anybody really be too daring out there. But there was Souza with that huge lead and go.
So he gets the stolen base, his 15th.
get the attention of all the advanced scouts.
A big lead by Souza at second, and Baez standing right there at the bag, and they're going to back pick, and Souza will hold. Well, the chess match is on. Base runner, pitcher, and catcher.
An infielder, and Baez is standing right at the bag like a first baseman would hold a base runner.
And he'll throw to Bryant. Safe. Baez was telling Lester, he made the motion as if to say, do the inside move, he's going to go, and he did. You see Baez with the leg up, and then the throw to Bryant took Chris out of the play.
Throw, obviously, Seuss is out both times. John spins, he has him dead to rights, but just gooses that throw over there, so Bryant has to leave the bag to go get the baseball. This is the first we've seen anybody really have any success exploiting this this year.
So the infield is in, and Longoria just got hit, I believe, on the foot. No hits in the inning. They've got him at the corners with one out for Morrison. So I've got a crazy idea.
Longoria does at first base. He just measured a very conservative lead.
You want to hear my idea?
I do.
Why doesn't John underhand it, even if it's bounced? Because that's his throw when he's fielding ground balls to get to Rizzo. Because right now it looks like the overhand throw is just the arching.
Yeah, like that throw to Chris. If you'd taken a couple strides and just like a hard underhand shuttle, shovel pass.
Two strikes on Morrison. He needs a punch out. Just off the outside corner. Two and two. Looked at it, just going to say having trouble putting guys away. He doesn't have a strikeout.
And this is a club that strikes out more than any other in the American League.
I can't think of another Lester start we've seen where he was in the 5th inning without a strikeout. Ball 4. A walk, 2 steals, a hit batter, and another walk. I have a feeling we might see some action for the first time in the Cubs bullpen as Lester Strode's going to head out to the mound.
Don't miss your chance. your first chance to secure 2018 tickets. This is your opportunity to get tickets to the must-have matchups for the 18 regular season, or coordinate a group outing for any occasion. Visit Cubs.com/deposits for more information.
Justin Grimm has the ball in the bullpen. He heats up. Henry Blanco getting the scouting report.
Still a winnable game, but a very dangerous situation here. Obviously, bases juiced. John struggling with his command, but the issue with the Souza dashing around the bases on him. You got to clear your mind of that. Focus on the task at hand. See if you can get a ground ball off the bat of Ramos here. Something he can elevate. Quiet lower body there. Hands trying to stay inside and lift. Bases loaded. He's been awfully good.
The 0-1 serve. Base hit right field. Souza scores. Longoria's in. It's 6-0. Two-run single, Wilson Ramos.
Such smart hitting again. Doesn't overswing. He's not trying to pull the ball. He's trying to stay away from the little ground ball to shortstop. Finds a little working room on the right side of the infield and delivers two with a solid line drive single, his second hit tonight. John still searching for answers.
Be it. Here comes the manager. So last of the fifth. And the Rays lead 6-0, and we'll be right back. Baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, pursuing the American dream since 1876. This Bud's for you. Well, I count this as the 6th time in John's career out of 346 starts that he has not struck out a batter. And 2 of the other ones were earlier this year. So 3 of his 6 strikeoutless performances have been in 2017. How strange. Justin Grimm, that ball gets through the legs of Contreras. Another run will score as Morrison is
in. Hayes have played at 3 here this inning with 1 hit.
Pass ball. Charged to Contreras. So 7-0. And 1-1 on Echeverria.
The other starts of this season without a strikeout for John were very short outings. The inning in 2/3 against Cincinnati when he came out with the injury, and then when he got whacked around by the Pirates right before the All-Star break, 2/3 of an inning in that game. So this is the only game this season where he's been out there for any length of time where he's not recorded a punch out. It's a battle, just go down to the bullpen, get your work in between starts, and sometimes this time of the year you're trying to back off some of your bullpen work to stay fresh. But when you're struggling like John is, I would imagine he'll lobby for extra time down there, maybe a couple of sessions between starts, just trying to regain the touch. Fastball command that has eluded him.
Book not yet closed on Lester tonight. Ramos out there at second.
Well, fun to catch Justin Grimm with that power curveball. He throws it in the dirt a lot.
Two on Echeverria. Puello, the DH, is on deck. One ball to Russell. In the dirt, but Rizzo's got it. Visit the Cubs Authentics auction page every week for your chance to own one-of-a-kind Cubs items. This week's auction includes a Quintana and a Hayward jersey. Go to Cubs.com/authentics before this Sunday, September 24th at 8 p.m. to place your bid. The Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics items to Cubs charities. Cesar Puello takes inside, ball 1.
You know who might want one of those autographed jerseys?
Who's that?
Pat Neshek. See the Pat Neshek story out today?
I didn't see it today, but I know he was hunting down Zach Greinke.
Yeah, and Greinke blew him off. And apparently he had some very unfavorable things to say about Greinke on the Sportsnet, this Sports Collectors blog or website.
Really?
And, yeah, because apparently he's like, Greinke's blown him off on a number of occasions. Even at the All-Star game, they were teammates on the All-Star team, and Greinke apparently said, "Hey man, you're wearing me out. I'm not going to sign anything for you."
Now, do we know if Greinke didn't sign because he was annoyed, or just originally just didn't want to do it?
I guess he's a tough get, but you would think an all-star team teammate, any other players send stuff to other clubhouses all the time.
Right.
Greinke's a different cat. I get that.
So it's been exposed that he's been.
Yes, yeah. Neshek says it's all over the internet because Neshek he's a big collector. He collects all kinds of cards from other players, and he'll get the collector's jewel. He'll get a whole season's worth of Topps cards, say, and he was trying to get Greinke, and apparently he had asked him in the past, and yeah, or I'm not sure the whole backstory, but came to a head at the All-Star game this year.
3-2.
Apparently. Greinke had said, okay, I will. And then when Neshek saw him at the All-Star game, he said, no, I don't want to do that. And Neshek said, but you promised me, and you're just wearing me out, or something to that effect. And Greinke said, I wouldn't even sign for your kid.
Wow. Dropped by Contreras, but that's a called third strike. And we'll tag him. And that's it for the Rays, but they have 3 in their lead. It's 7-0. Brought to you by Meyer, true Chicago fans. And some true Chicago fans right on cue.
Cub Blue abundant here in the Tampa St. Pete area these last couple of days. A bunch of folks around our hotel strolling the streets.
And strike on Zobrist. Morrison will go get it. Snell at the bag, and he got him. And Snell topples down to the dirt, but he's okay.
And a long throw for Morrison to make. He has to turn, throw it at a little bit of an awkward angle. Good athletic play by Snell on the run to elevate and then find the bag.
Almost giving his battery mate a couple of seconds to recover.
We used to just say jump. Now we say elevate. Because we're in elevation. We're elevating fastballs. We're elevating hit balls with a launch angle. And we're elevating pitchers covering first base.
Chris Bryant is bounced out and flied out. Still 3-2 Pirates, top of the 6th as they lead the Brewers. Cardinals up 7-2 in the 6th against that Cincinnati ball club. 2-0.
Snell has been unyielding in these situations. He's not just pumped a fastball over the heart of the plate. It looks like he's going to go change up here on 2-0. Doesn't fade like a lot of changeups. 6 or 7 miles per hour off his heater.
Well, he should turn that changeup into a nice pair of jeans then.
Yeah, well, I think if he turned it over a little bit and made it a little softer, he'd probably get more swings at it.
Morrison out into shallow right.
Did
you get my joke?
Yeah,
okay.
faded jeans. Thank you.
It's up to Rizzo with 2 outs.
I would like to be his agent. Looks like a keeper. Cubs have not hit many balls hard. Anthony did. He hit a rocket to left for an out back in the 4th. Wasn't the comp when Snell first came on? I seem to remember a lot of hype when he came up last year, and a lot of comparisons to David Price.
Yeah, he was their minor league pitcher of the year in 2014. Baseball America, USA Today had him as their minor league player of the year in 2015. Debuted last year. Starting on extra rest, 7 days of rest. His last start was a quote home game, but it was in New York at the Mets Park against the Yankees. And his first win was on August 15th at Toronto. It snapped a 16-start winless streak. To Rizzo. Contreras on deck. He's walked twice. All right, you ready for this? He has not hit a batter in any of his now 41 career starts. Longest streak by a starter to begin a career since Baseball Reference information was available dating to 1913. I say that because Anthony Rizzo's at the plate. But he didn't hit him. And Rizzo is out. The Cubs retired in the 6th, trailing big. 6-0. Bottom of the 6th inning. Left-hander Justin Wilson.
After Grimm went to 2/3, Justin Wilson enters the ball game.
Got a lot of Wilsons in the game.
Wilsons, but we're minus a Wilson now because there's been a change of batteries. Wilson in, and as is Rene Rivera behind the plate. Those are the season numbers for Justin.
Is there a cap on how many Wilsons you're allowed to have in a big league game?
So. Justin Wilson could be a really important guy for the Cubs here. Gets things straightened out.
Well, didn't mean to and fouled it.
Circle of trust for Joe Madden out in that bullpen is pretty tight right now. Struggling guys and banged up individuals. Hector Rondon threw a bullpen today. He's been bothered by some elbow issues. Koji Uehara is down. I figure Montgomery's unavailable for at least 2, probably 3 days.
Two on Miller.
Good pitch. Do it again. Got it, baby.
And got him.
Real good heaters down and away there. Didn't get the call on the first one. Second one a little bit better. Manny Gonzalez rings them up.
Borges takes ball 1. He's got 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and then 3 in the 5th to knock John Lester out of the ball game. He gave up 7 runs, all earned. 2-1 to Borges.
John's ERA right now at 4.56. Better than 2 runs higher than what he posted last year. And a run higher than his career earned run average.
So he'll get 2 more regular season starts. Almora with a little hesitation at first, but plenty of time to make the catch. 2 outs. Cubs fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card. Only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Two up, 2 down. Now Kiermaier. 1 for 3 with an RBI. Inside for a ball. Red Sox don't want to play extras tonight. Can't believe it. They're leading 6-0 at Baltimore in the 6th. Another extra innings win last night in 11. They're now 15-3 in extra innings. 1-1. Now 2 balls and a strike.
You know why they're so good in extra innings? Because they never quit. They never give up.
They wanted it more.
They believe in themselves. They have intestinal fortitude. Like when he can drive that fastball away from the right-handed hitters, that's such a tough pitch, especially for when a guy throws as hard as Wilson does. Left-handed hitter has little time to pull the trigger and do anything at all with 96, 97 out there on that outside edge.
Well, you know, John, just a little time with the lat and shoulder fatigue. His ERA is 5 in the second half. I wonder about a little bit of an injury. Kiermaier walks. Especially for a guy who's been so consistently good. When things aren't quite right, it does make you wonder.
Yeah, you know.
He's battling through something.
Yeah, it could be. You know, he's a little tender and he's trying to work around it. It's, you know, velocity seems okay. And just command is off.
Big start for Jake Arrieta tomorrow. Coming back from the hamstring injury. He was pitching so well before he got hurt. Yeah, and the most likely answer in terms of Lester's has just been off for a couple of months. Two-0 to Souza. On the outside, 2-1.
Edgy. Hey, Giancarlo Stanton hit another home run, his 56th. Let's put a pretty good beating on the Mets today, 9-2 the final.
I believe that was a sweep.
Indians play the Angels a little bit later on. They had their streak broken, but they've continued to win since. What, 25-1, I believe?
25 out of 26. Smash foul to left. Still 2-2. Matt Olson has been doing for the A's.
Hitting a lot of home runs.
Went into their game today with a 5-game homer streak. And 15 his last 21 games. And the A's a 3-2 winner at Detroit. Let's see what he did. He went 0 for 3.
See Brad Ausmus' comments today?
I did not.
Basically, he thinks he's done.
Really? Another walk. So good start to this inning for Wilson, but now he has walked 2 in a row.
Yeah, and that's, you know, when a pitcher's struggling with command a little bit and there's a little bit of a crisis of confidence, that's always the problem, right? You go along nicely, and you lose one guy, and the next thing you know, you start to chip away at your psyche, start pitching out of the zone. Yeah, Brad was asked, I think it was after the game yesterday, his job security, and basically said, I don't think there's much there. And I asked him, do you think there's anything you can do between now and the end of the season to change anybody's mind about that? And he said, no, I don't think so. So you get the sense that the conversation's already been had.
We will see the Tigers next year in interleague play. Home and home, I think.
You ought to manage that club. That's your little club. You grew up cheering for the Tigers. So Larry Dierker moved from the broadcast booth to the dugout.
Jerry
Coleman. Both former players, but why not? A sharp play-by-play guy who's plugged into the advanced metrics of the game.
I like my job.
I want to see it happen. So let's talk generically. Is there a chance it would ever happen that a play-by-play guy, non-player, whatever?
No. No, I cannot imagine a scenario that.
There's so many smart people in Major League Baseball front offices now, right? They're helping make decisions.
Front office, I think, maybe. Not manager. Moore makes the catch. Back-to-back two-out walks, but no runs. 7-0 after 6. Has our Bud Fan Cam tunage brought to you by Bud Fridays. Pet time.
Pussycat, pussycat, I've got flowers and lots of hours to spend with you. So go and powder your cute little pussycat nose. Pussycat, pussycat, I love you. Yes, I do. You and your pussycat nose. What's new, pussycat?
Good stuff. And thanks to all the pets who took those selfies, and to their owners as well. Our Bud Fan Cam tonight. And if we could not get your pet in the fan cam tonight, swing and a miss by Rivera. We were overwhelmed by the response. And we will have some more the end of this half inning. Swing and a miss. Snell strikes out Rivera. And you still might see your pet going to break. Don't go anywhere.
Strikeout number 4 for Blake Snell. 4 for number 4. First pitch changeup finds the zone.
Oh, and I should forgot to mention Gus Fring, the cat, picked the fan cam music today. Yes.
Good choice, Gus.
Racing over is Souza.
Folks, don't miss your chance to experience spring training at beautiful Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. Reserve your place in line by joining the spring training season ticket holder waiting list. It's easy and free to register. For details, visit sloanpark.com. He's been probably more of an Engelbert Humperdinck guy, but a lot of respect for Tom Jones too. Often heard on minor league bus trips, somebody would be singing Engelbert Humperdinck's "Please Release Me, Let Me Go." Various other contrived lyrics to fit the mood and the theme.
It has been noticed that how he got rid of his braids. And the Cubs are trailing 7-0. So we'll see if that continues.
You're advocating for a rebraiding. I thought it was a cool look.
Pitch 100 and nasty. Snell shutting him out through 7. 7-0 Rays.
What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's new, pussycat? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Summary great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer. All Rays tonight after they had just one hit last night. Souza Jr. has been the spark plug, so to speak, as he homered in the first, his 30th of the year. 2 stolen bases, 3 reaches, 2 runs for the Rays right fielder. Leonis Martin now playing right. And Freeman is at second. Baez goes over to short. Dylan Maples will make his 4th major league appearance.
First one since September 9th. A hard-throwing right-hander who's been a very good story for the Cubs system this year. Rose through the minor leagues. Added a real good slider to a hard fastball. Racked up big strikeout numbers. Started the year at Myrtle Beach. Single A. Double A, and then Iowa. Got a little bit better each step along the way.
Strike to Morrison. Milwaukee has tied that game in Pittsburgh 3-3 in the 7th inning. Huge 4-game weekend set opens tomorrow night at Miller Park. Jake Arrieta will go for the Cubs. Zach Davies for the Brewers. We'll have Friday's game right here on WGN at 6:30. That's a new start time. John Lackey and Brandon Woodruff. Cubs will see Woodruff for the first time. Kyle Hendricks, Brent Suter Saturday at noon, and then the Sunday matchup, Quintana and Anderson.
Have done a remarkable job covering for the injury to Jimmy Nelson. Matt Garza has really struggled, so they've stayed away from him here lately. They've had a couple of days where they've just kind of gone Johnny Allstaff and used their bullpen. Obviously easier to do that in September with the expanded rosters.
Yeah, Craig Counsell said we could never do this pre-September.
Yeah.
There'd be too much strain on your pitching staff.
That gets us back to that question. Does it make sense to limit the roster size in September?
I mean, the answer to me is yes.
Yeah.
And I'll give you credit. You mentioned it when the Brewers kind of came up with this idea that it's almost surprising somebody hadn't thought of it earlier. To just make that a rotation spot.
Yeah, and just, you know, and instead of focusing on bringing up your minor league guys in September, you know, the traditional usage of the expanded roster is to call minor league guys up, give them a promotion, give them a taste of the major leagues, and obviously to help also bolster the major league club. But see a good slider there, Dylan. Hey, baby. I could see more clubs watching what the Brewers have done this year. Teams that are in contention next September saying, you know what, we're gonna make some late season deals here, get some big league arms into our bullpen, and you know, play this style of baseball that the Brewers are playing.
Right, and go with 13, 14 relievers. Almost 2 hits, 2 RBIs.
You know, people lament the lack of complete games, and they talk about how starting pitchers are babied now because the reality is it's really tough for hitters when you're having at bats against different pitchers every time you step up there.
Another hard hit ball for Ramos. Man. And that ball scoots through this fake infield, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's his 3rd hit all in that direction. Yeah, and it's funny, this is a team that strikes out a lot and swings for the fences. You know, if you were trying to build a team around this park with this surface, you might think about more of a speed, a slashing team that shoot the ball through this infield.
Down the line, foul through the bullpen.
Course, the Rays would counter. You know what, though? You can't play a shift in the outfield bleachers.
Stephen Vogt just walked with the bases loaded, so it's 4-3 Brewers at Pittsburgh. Bases loaded, 1 out. Milwaukee with 2 big ones in the 7th, and they're trying to add on. Swing and a miss, 0-2. So you know what I'm fascinated by among all the things about this weekend? You know, the Cub fans have really taken over Miller Park the last couple of years. Will that change a little bit this weekend with the Brewers in contention? And, you know, I'm sure Cub fans bought a lot of tickets early.
That's what I'm thinking.
Chavarria strikes out, 2 down. The Cubs are introducing game-changing new premier experiences at Wrigley Field with seats holding prime views and access to an exclusive club and first-class amenities. These new premier experiences will allow fans to enjoy Cubs baseball and America's most majestic ballpark in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List.
Yeah, the atmosphere at Miller Park this weekend is going to be off the charts.
No matter what the spread is going in terms of the Cubs lead in the division, if they win 3 out of 4, it pretty much ends it. And really, if they split, that would work too, because it just takes 4 more days off the calendar. So that's what it looks like currently. Well, we lost the TB. Cesar. Decal on his helmet missing. I see the remnants. Do DNA testing on a Major League helmet decal. Three and 2 at 2 outs. 7-0 Tampa Bay, and the pitch. Called strike 3. Dylan Maples with 3 punch outs in the 7th. fans, tonight's bona fide player is left-hander Blake Snell.
Yeah, he's been on a pretty good roll here of late. You can understand why the baseball world was really excited about this kid when he came up last year. Dynamite stuff, great command, a lot of weapons, good change, good breaking stuff, 96-mile-an-hour heater.
Wrap your hands around the original Italian beef of the Chicago Cubs at one of the 19 Bona locations. So Malik Smith is now playing left. I think Kurt Casale's catching. And Smith will have to chase this one down. Mike Freeman with a double. Leadoff double here in the 8th.
He's had very few chances. He delivers here on a two-seam fastball running away. Drives it into the left field corner.
Borges goes over to right, and Casale is behind the plate. Ryan Stanek, the new pitcher.
Appearances for the rookie right-hander, a .675 ERA, and a .121 earned run average at AAA. Durham in the International League.
Cut and miss by Hatt. Swing and a miss. He fanned him for the first out here in the 8th.
Night for Ian, a couple of punch outs and a double play grounder.
The DHJ single and a line out. 24,238 paid crowd tonight. A lot of those fans, Cub fans, but they haven't had a whole lot to cheer about. Freeman did not get a real good look at where that ball was, and Manny Gonzalez is down. I did not see where it got him. He is on all fours right now and in some major pain.
Under the mask, I
think so. Yeah. So right around the neck or jaw area.
He kind of rises up, and that ball got up underneath.
Well, we have a quick second. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Stay tuned. The WGN News follows the ball game. Home plate umpire Manny Gonzalez being worked on by one of the Rays' athletic trainers. A vulnerable spot.
It's jarring there to get whacked there. So this pitcher, Stanek, Ryan, R-Y-N-E, named after Ryan Sandberg.
Very cool.
Yeah. Although he grew up in a family of Cardinal fans, that's how much respect they had for Rhino. He is the third Ryan to appear in the major leagues. Ryan Dern, a hard-throwing Reliever was the first.
Two balls, no strikes. A little worried about Manny here with his strike calls. He might not really be able to give us much of a verbal here. He got hit right in the throat.
Tuck that chin.
Swing and a miss. Challenge fastball at 98. Freeman led off the inning with a double. Happ struck out. 2-1 on John Jay. Here's the pitch. 3-1.
Stanek, a first-round pick out of the University of Arkansas, 2013.
Echeverria waited back on it. Here comes a throw by Kiermaier, way off the mark. Cubs on the board. John Jay knocks in Mike Freeman. 7-1.
Second hit of the night for John Jay. Just pings this ball off the dirt in front of home plate. Scoots it into the outfield. Kiermaier should have just thrown this ball into second base.
Wasn't Reimer named after Ryan Durham?
That I don't know.
I believe so. So that would continue to
change.
So
yeah.
somebody has to name their son after Ryan Stanek now.
Well, you got to believe there's a whole lot of Ryans running around the Chicagoland area these days. Maybe a few of them somewhere playing minor league ball or collegiate level. I marveled when I was in Houston how many Nolans I came across.
Tony Hunter, the former Cub.
Noah Syndergaard Thor thing going on, doesn't he? The long blonde hair and the 98-mile-an-hour heater.
Kicks away. Now pitch, allowing Jay to get to third.
A split finger pitch.
Strike three.
Watch the Drive to the Pennant with MLB.TV every night on every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. changeup. Maybe the fastball just skips a generation for Ryans. Ryan Durham, known for his big arm and his bad vision. Famously would throw warm-up pitch to the backstop, and hitters would be on edge, standing in there against him.
By that time on 99. Cubs haven't lost to an American League team since late July, and the White Sox beat them. Only 7-1 here late.
He throws both a split finger pitch and a straight changeup. Interesting, because the intent the same on both. Ooh.
And Bryant draws the walk. And first appearance, at least in terms of a mound visit in the series, for Chicago native Jim Hickey, the Rays pitching coach. Well, a long one here could make it interesting. Rizzo's hit 32 long ones already.
Yeah, that would change the feel in this ballpark big time. Hunter remains the only one throwing in the Rays bullpen right now. They have a couple of lefties, Jennings and Alvarado. They both worked in the ball game last night.
Rizzo looks at a strike.
Imagine that fastball changeup combination plays very well against left-handed hitters.
Jay, the runner, at third. Bryant over at first. A run in. Two. Choke up time for Rizzo. The pitch. Home run distance, fouled by about 50 feet.
Gives you an idea how quick he is, though. That was 98 in off the plate. And got the barrel on it.
Another 1-2. Play by Morrison. He'll step on first. And the Cubs have to settle for one in the eighth. 6:30, our new start time. Game 2 of the 4-game series. 6:30 here on WGN Sports. Taylor Davis will play first base. Anthony Rizzo done for the night. Looks like Kyle Schwarber's in left. Ian Happ goes to second. Freeman goes over to short. And Felix Pena will pitch.
22nd time for Felix, 1-0 with a 546 earned run average. Mostly fastballs and sliders from Pena. How about Dylan Maples tonight? Be comfortable out there. This is his 4th big league appearance.
Brad Miller fouls.
Dylan in his 1 inning allowed 1 hit, no runs, struck out 3. Brewers continue to lead the Pirates 4-3 in the 8th.
Lester, Grimm, Wilson, Maples, and now Pena. For the Cubs outside. And the count 2-2.
Kansas City blasting Toronto tonight 15-4. Up at Rogers Center. Moustakas has hit his 37th home run. Boy, he's having a big year. Salvador Perez, number 26. Whit Merrifield is at 18 now.
6th walk issued by a Cubs pitcher tonight.
American League wild card continues to be a bit of a jumbled mess. Yankees are comfortably in. Twins hold the 2nd spot, but they lost today
at New York.
Yeah, I had just a 1.5 game lead on the Angels coming into play today. Rangers 3.5 back. Seattle 4. Kansas City 4.5, and this Tampa group 5 back with just a speck of a chance.
I think under 1%.
Yeah.
According to the numbers crunchers who do that sort of thing. Broken bat roller past Pena. Happ to Freeman as they force Miller. Kiermaier with 1 out and a man on. Quick trivia question for you, JD.
Yes.
There are 3 numbers retired in Rays history. This is their 20th season. Jackie Robinson, 42, retired throughout baseball. Can you quickly name the men for 12 and 66?
Wade Boggs, right?
Wade Boggs for for
hairball. You get a hairball there on pet
I think
night?
so.
66.
Yeah, 66.
Is that a guy? Is it a theme? Is there a real?
I mentioned him earlier.
Don Zimmer?
Actually, did we not mention him?
Is it Zim?
Don Zimmer, yeah. His grandson, Bo, threw out the first pitch tonight. Yeah, I think I got a hairball or something after all the pet selfies. Yeah, Don Zimmer, 66. So the only former Ray player to have his number retired, Wade Boggs.
He's a Tampa area guy and went in a Hall of Famer. He didn't really have a distinguished career with the Rays.
So 2 down here in the Rays 8th. There's Bo Zimmer, his grandson.
See the resemblance, can't you? The young Don Zimmer.
Yeah. His widow Soot out here at the ballpark as well. 2 outs. Here's Mallex Smith. First and probably only plate appearance of the series. Remember that big game he had at Wrigley, July 5th? 4 for 4. Double, stolen base, 3 runs. The Rays lost that game, however, 7-3.
I saw him with Atlanta last year. Speed guy, intriguing. Looking at the numbers on Wade Boggs, who finished his career here with the Rays in 98-99. He was 40 and 41 those 2 seasons. Still hit for average in his last year in the big leagues. Didn't play every day, but he hit .301. 334 plate appearances. Lifetime .328 hitter was Boggs. Led the American League in batting on 5 different occasions.
One and 2. Cardinals a winner 9-2 at Cincinnati. So after the weekend sweep at Wrigley, they've won their next 2. Keep their faint playoff hopes alive.
Chris Sale with his 300th strikeout tonight. First American leaguer to do it since Pedro Martinez in 1999. Just the 7th left-hander in American League history. The others, if you're curious, the great Rube Waddell, Sam McDowell, Randy Johnson, Mickey Lolich, and Vita Blue.
Got a big piece of Rivera. Looks like a 2-2 split in the season series between 2 teams that don't see each other very often. Ball 4. One walk here in the 8th inning. This is associate producer Tamara Anderson's final Cup game this season. Thank Tamara for her fine work. She gets ready for winter sports, including the Bulls. Blackhawks already in their preseason. Fun time of the year with baseball in its final few days. Pennant time, playoff time. Football season underway, and the other sports starting or just about to. Got your curling league about ready to start.
Yep.
It's pretty exciting.
Just look forward to that.
We got you on a broom this year. Nice attempt by Freeman just to slow it down, but Borges will score. It's 8-1. Evan Longoria knocks in the 8th run of the game for the Rays.
They get that run right back. Dora reaches out and puts on the outer third. Not up where he can get to it. Doesn't smother it, but sharp enough to swing him to leave his feet. He got a little leather on it. It's an RBI single. His second hit tonight. Also hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 5th. So he's had a good night.
Would you rather be the person who
throws the
rock or
sweeps?
Yeah. They do all of it, right? They don't have. They rotate.
That's a great question.
I think they do. I don't think it's just a specialty. I could be wrong. I probably am. I should not say it without looking it up. But you've taught me well to just do it.
Yeah, just go with it. Well, and it may be too like at an Olympic level, a professional curling. Maybe there's one or two guys that roll the rock and then the other guys are sweepers, but recreationally you'd all want to turn throwing the rock, sliding the rock, or whatever the terminology would be.
Big swing and a miss.
Kind of like the bobsled. Most of those guys just are along for the ride, right? Push and jump in, but it's the driver who gets all the glory.
Morrison strikes out. Rays get 1. We go to the 9th. It's 8-1 Tampa Bay. They try to close out the Cubs tonight and get a series split. There's a Chase Utley, a Chase Headley, and now a Chase Whitley.
And there's also a Garrett Whitley, who's an outfielder in the Rays minor league system, but this is Chase Whitley, and he's pitching for the 39th time.
Debuted with the Yanks in 2014. And strike on Rene Rivera. He's from Ranburne, Alabama, went to Troy University.
I like that Stanek kid's arm, my goodness. He looks more of a command guy.
That's a fair ball for Rivera. He's done some nice work with the bat as a Cub.
Comeback is on. Leadoff double. Back up slider. Backed right up into traffic. Up into the barrel of Rene Rivera. Providing an RBI chance for Albert Almora, who is 0 for 2.
Albert fouls. Smash foul to left.
A hanging changeup, but the off-speed nature of it had Albert out in front a little bit. Some ferocious swings here lately. Not getting cheated.
Whitley's 0-2 pitch. Tomahawk in the air to right. Caught by Borges, and Rivera not going anywhere. Here comes Kyle Schwarber. Just came into play left. StatCast powered by AWS. His home run last night, 114.3 off the bat. Cubs' hardest hit home run in 2 years.
Shy of 450 feet.
Two on Kyle.
Dodgers are having a heck of a time trying to beat the Phillies. It's 5-5 in the 8th in Philly. The Phillies have won the first 2 games of that series.
Dodgers have lost 19 of 24.
5 games better than the Nationals still for the best overall record. 4.5 games coming into play tonight. Nationals leading the Braves 7-3 tonight.
2-2. Pitchers of record, the starters. Snell went 7, gave up 2 hits, no runs. Lester 4 1/3, 7 runs on 8 hits. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's down to their final out.
I mentioned that Kansas City game earlier. Mike Moustakas hitting his 37th home run. That establishes a Kansas City Royals single-season record for home runs.
Really?
Yeah, 37. The previous record in 1985. Care to hazard a guess?
85?
85. Not, you know, you'll go, yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's not Brett, isn't it? Think slugger.
Steve Balboni.
You got it. Bye-bye, Balboni.
Freeman doubled and scored in the 8th.
Steve at the ballpark from time to time, scouting.
One strike on Mike Freeman. Changeup in the dirt. Well, you know it's crunch time. Craig Counsell has brought Corey Knebel into the Brewer game in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at second, 1-run lead. 2 outs. I think Craig Counsell's doing the right thing. You know, some would say you got to save some bullets for the weekend against the Cubs, but you got to win as many games as you can. And by the way, the Pirates have just tied it.
Yeah, we got worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow, we got a chance to win a ball game.
Caught by Morrison, and that'll do it. The Rays beat the Cubs 8-1 tonight. They split the 2-game series and the 4-game season series. We'll have more from St. Petersburg in a moment.